a horse come out of the gate, out bolt right into him.
And this secretary didn't like. And so he pulled himself up and waited till they got out of his way. And then he had a long way to go to catch up.
And I'm looking forward to him on the lead because he had worked 5/8 and 57 and 4 or 58 out of the gate about a week before that, you know. I tell you, I shook my head. I said, my God. He must have been 20 lengths out of it. And then he circled the whole field and come around, and boy, he flew through that stretch. And unfortunately, that was the only time he was never off the board as far as money's concerned. He wound up where he was fourth.
That was just racing luck. I guess he didn't win, but I don't think he was defeated. He just failed to figure out the game.
Then we're running back.
And they're off. Between horses, Swift Courier takes the lead by a neck. Out in the middle of the track, Crimson Falcon into second position. What a breeze. Ranging up quickly now between horses. Down the backstretch, Swift Courier has the lead by a neck, with What a Breeze in second position by 3 parts a length. On the outside, Crimson Falcon is third, with Gallant Knave toward the rail fourth by a half. Stop the Music in fifth position. Secretariat is sixth, and Torsion seventh. They round the far turn. Swift Courier in front by 1 length, with What a Breeze second a neck. Crimson Falcon on the outside, now a closer third. A length and a half farther back, Gallant Knave. Along the inside is fourth. Secretariat moving up on the outside, and Stop the Music gaining ground along the inside. Torsion is seventh as the field moves to the top of the stretch. On the outside, What a Breeze takes the lead by a neck. Along the inside, Swift Courier second. There goes Secretariat with a rush on the outside getting the lead. Secretariat now in front by a length. Swift Courier toward the inside second. Stop the music, moving up on the far outside. 70 yards from the finish. It's Secretariat in front. Stop the music second.
On the far outside, Raise and Rule goes for the lead. In the middle of the track, Zaka Spirit ranging up from 2 yards next. On the inside, Osage River and Angle Light. Down the back stretch, Angle Light on the inside. Takes command by a neck. And that's Osage River in second position, with Rapid Sage moving up to be third. On the far outside, Zaka Spirit is fourth at this point. Expression races fifth. After that, it's Puntilla sixth. Followed on the outside by Linda's Cheek. After that, it's Stop the Music, Raise and Rule. A gap of 4 lengths back to Step Nicely, Secretariat, and Stunt Length. Moving past the half-mile pole, Angle Light has the lead by 1 length. Up on the outside, there goes Linda's Cheek with a rush, and Puntilla closes ground between horses. 3 of them heads it back. A gap of 2.5 lengths back to Raise and Rule, now moving up fourth. Between horses, Expression is fifth. On the outside, Stop the Music sixth, and Secretariat moves to the middle of the track. At the quarter pole, it's Linda's Chief in front by a neck. Puntilla along the inside, coming on again. Secretariat moves up third. Stop the Music is fourth. And down the stretch they come. That's Secretariat on the outside, getting the lead. Along the inside, Puntilla second. Stop the Music and Step Nicely. 70 yards from the finish, it's Secretariat in front. Under the wire, Secretariat with jockey Ron Turcotte.
They're off in the Garden State of 1972. That's Angle Light racing for the lead. Impecunious on the outside, races up second. Down on the inside, PMM is third. Nightly Dawn is fourth. Step Nicely fifth, and Secretariat drops back to last. They race into the first turn. Angle Light on the lead, Impecunious along the rail. Make that PMN along the rail, now moving up the challenge. Angle Light on the outside. Impecunious is third. Nightly Dawn goes along in fourth. Step Nicely is fifth, and Secretariat last. They race into the backstretch with PMM on the inside, getting the lead by a head. On the outside, Angle Light right there second. A gap of 8 lengths. Impecunious is third with Nightly Dawn fourth. Step Nicely is fifth, and Secretariat continues the trail. Down the backstretch, PMM on the lead by half a length. On the outside, Angle Light is second. 10 lengths further back, Impecunious races third. Secretariat now moving up on the outside of fourth. In between horses, Nightly Dawn is fifth, with Step Nicely dropping back to last. They race into the far turn with, on the inside, PMM on the outside. Angle Light still going stride for stride. Impecunious is third. Secretariat moving up on the outside of fourth. Nightly Dawn is fifth, with Step Nicely trailing. They race around the turn with Angle Light now getting the lead, moving out by 3 lengths. Here comes Secretariat with a big rush on the outside. Impecunious is third. Down on the inside, PMM fourth, with Step Nicely coming on fifth. They race into the home stretch, and on the outside, that's Secretariat now going by to get the lead. Angle Light along the inside is second. Impecunious third. Step Nicely along the inside of fourth. On the outside, Nightly Dawn fifth. Down the stretch, Secretariat has the lead. Angle Light is second. In between horses, Step Nicely closing in.
Secretariat flashes home an easy winner of the Garden State. His stablemate Angle Light finishes second, with Step Nicely third.
And they're off. Actuality between horses on the outside. Impecunious challenging with Close Image third, and Champagne Charlie on the inside fourth. A gap of 2.5 lengths to Secretariat fifth, and Torsion on the outside is sixth. Down the backstretch, Close Image now takes the lead by 1.25 lengths. Actuality is second by 1.25 lengths. Impecunious third by 2. After that, it's Champagne Charlie fourth. Secretariat is fifth, and Torsion nearing the half-mile pole. Close Image holds on to the lead by 2 lengths. Actuality is second by 1/2. Impecunious on the outside, now a closer third. Champagne Charlie moving up fourth on the outside. Secretariat fifth, and Torsion past the 3/8 pole. It's Close Image in front by a head. Impecunious now up to challenge, with Champagne Charlie joining the leaders. Secretariat is fourth, and Actuality finds room on the rail. The field straightens away in the stretch. Impecunious has the lead by a head. Actuality second. Between horses, Secretariat, and on the outside, Champagne Charlie. 4 of them across the track with 1/8 of a mile to the finish. Secretariat getting the lead. Champagne Charlie on the outside second. Toward the rail, it's Actuality. 70 yards from the finish. It's Secretariat in front. Secretariat now in front by 3 parts of a length. Dawn Flight is second a half. Champagne Charlie third on the outside. A gap of 2 and Harrison Kidd. Racing to the top of the stretch, Secretariat shows the way by 2.5 lengths. Champagne Charlie is second a length and a half. Dawn Flight is third, and Harrison Kidd past the quarter pole. With Secretariat now in front by a length and a quarter. Champagne Charlie on the outside up to challenge. Down the stretch they come. Secretariat on the rail. Champagne Charlie on the outside, 1/8 of a mile to the finish. Secretariat on the inside in front by half a length. Champagne Charlie second, 70 yards from the finish. It's Secretariat now in front.
Is out walking on the ring, ridden by Bill Hardtack, well, and of course trained by the Derby experienced Don Combs. Sham, a very handsome colt. Confident trainer Frank Martin, leading jockey Lafitte Pincay. The best of luck to you all. Your horse looks wonderful, Frank. Navajo.
And right now it's that time for the jocks. There is Secretariat number 1A with Ronnie Turcotte aboard. Eddie Sweat, his handler, who handled Riva Ridge last year. Ronnie Turcotte, of course, rode Riva Ridge last year. Everybody here going from back to backs. The breeder, the owner, trainer, the jockey. Number 2 there is Shecky Green, who can fly. Number 2C, My Gallant, both of those horses trained by Lou Goldfine. Restless Jet, number 3. Bill Hardtack, of course, knows his Warbucks quite well, as Turcotte knows Secretariat that you're looking at. Ronnie knows him as well as anybody. He's ridden him in every race. Lafitte Pincay, Nino. Secretariat. CBS Sports Prediction. The consensus: Secretariat first, Sham second, and our native third. Haywood Hale Bruin is at the starting gate. Let's go there.
In fact, perhaps more than the horse. Royal and Reed. No, our native is going in. Our native is going in. He's won more races than any other horse in this race. He has that distinction, 11 victories. And now Royal and Regal is being led to the gate. And they've been rearing up now. Rearing up and throwing the rider is our native. I can't too well see from here, but he is reared back. and thrown his rider, Don Brumfield. And they are now trying to get him back down. Now, who has the, yes, Twice a Prince is upset and raging in the gates. You can perhaps, if you're looking here, see the red and white. He's up on top of the gate. They're holding the other horses back, and they're trying to get, you can see perhaps the rider of Royal and Regal, Walter Blum, is up holding on, standing on top of the gate. His horse is back down, but the other horse, Our Native, is still up there. Now he's back down. Now they have let Royal and Regal out the front of the gate. There is real panic on the part of poor Our Native. Now they're leading him out of this. He is in back. He wears number 7. Around number 8 is Our Native. No, wait, number 8. 3 horses left, and so I give it to Chick Anderson, who called the race.
They're all in now, waiting for one more to load on the outside. Shecky Green, Secretariat is in the gate. My Gallant is moving in. Now Goldbag waits behind the gate, moments from a start. They're at the post. All standing well as we wait for the start. Secretariat throws his head a bit. And they're off for the lead. On the inside, that's Angle Light for the lead. On the outside, Shecky Green, Royal and Regal. Then on the rail, it's Restless Jet, followed by Our Native. Up on the outside is Gold Bag. They're by the stands for the first time. Shecky Green is showing the way by a length and a half. Royal and Regal now being moved to the inside, looking for room. Gold Bag is up on the outside. Then on the rail, it's Angle Light, followed by Sham, Our Native, Restless Jet. It's My Gallant, then Forgo. On the outside, Navajo, followed by Secretariat, Warbucks, and finally, Twice a Prince. They're moving on the turn. The leader is Shecky Green, leading by 2.5 lengths. Goldbag is second by a head. Sham now third on the outside by 2 lengths. Royal and Regal fourth. 2 lengths then back to Angle Light in fifth. The Secretariat has made a sudden move and is now sixth. Then it's Restless Jet, Our Native beginning to move up. Navajo, Forgo, and Warbucks beginning to move up, followed by My Gallant and Twice a Prince. They're into the turn and bunching for the lead with Shecky Green, still the leader by a half a length. On the outside and challenging is Sham, and he's now got a head in front. Now Shecky Green responds to the challenge, and those two are heads apart. Royal and Regal is third and holding on. Goldbag drops back. Secretariat is fourth and moving up on the outside and is now third and moving at the leaders as they come for the head of the stretch. They're at the head of the stretch, and Sham is the leader. He leads it by a length. Secretariat is in the center of the racetrack and driving. Shecky Green now drops back. Coming on a bit is Forgo, Our Native on the outside. Now and they're in the stretch. It's Secretariat. Secretariat on the outside to take the lead. Sham holding in second. It's Secretariat moving away. He has it by 2.5. Sham, then on the outside, Our Native. At the wire, it's going to be Secretariat. He wins it by 2 lengths. Sham is second. Our Native third by a neck. Forgo is fourth. Restless Jet is fifth. And it looked like Navajo might have gotten up for sixth. We'll have that for you in just a moment. Right now, let's take a look as they go around the turn. The big horse. This
Secretariat's regular way of going, and he showed them today. The record time, as you see there, 1:59.2, breaking the old one by Northern Dancer of 2 minutes even. And as Frank Wright said earlier today, this track...
This was a race in which we had a sinking of heart at a certain point going around the first turn, when we thought, is it really true? Is he just another horse? He isn't just another horse to Jack Whitaker.
All right, Woody, I didn't mean to interrupt you here, but Secretariat still has plenty of fight and lick in him. He was about to take off out of the winner's circle here, but Eddie Sweat, his groom, has him in hand now. The roses, I guess, being placed over those withers kind of got him upset. He's always been a frisky thing, as Lucien Lauren will tell us, I'm sure, in a moment, and a most handsome animal. They have said that the way they breed today, to get this conformation and beauty, is the chances of repeating it again with all the scientific knowledge is almost astronomical, the odds of repeating it. He's just beautifully muscled, beautifully proportioned, and right now has made a lot of people very happy. Ronnie Turcotte Lucian Lauren, the trainer there, and takes the roses. The second time for Lucian. A bit more quiet. This is Secretariat, of course, the favorite in this race. As we look at him in his barn, he's getting ready now to make the walk across to the saddling area. The one barn has housed all of the contenders in this Preakness, and although 6 of them are going to the gate today, most people here figured it's a match race between this horse, Secretariat, who had such a brilliant derby, setting a new record. From the Pimlico Racecourse in Baltimore, Maryland, CBS Television Sports presents the 98th running of the Preakness, second jewel of the Triple Crown of Racing.
Now, your horse has, of course, been here in Baltimore and training for this race. He trained well in Louisville. How would you compare how he's coming to this race as to the Derby?
Well, I feel he's trained better here for this race than he did in Louisville.
So you expect him to do better than he did in Louisville?
We're there. Now, do you know? Yes, here he is. And now I'll let Frank take over here and ask the expert questions if there are expert questions to be asked. Go ahead,
Frank, what can I do but compliment you? He's a fabulous-looking horse, a perfect horse minus 2 teeth.
Thank you, Frank.
You showed me that this morning, the missing teeth. Do you think they'll bother him at all today?
No, I don't think so.
Well, it seems to have healed well. I hope not, too, Frank. I wish you a speedy journey.
He's doing too good to bother nothing. I don't think nothing's going to bother.
He looks fabulous, Frank. All 4 of those bandages will be removed. He runs in no bandage.
No, I don't want no bandage at all. Just a deep breath and a close blanket.
If someone will come and look at me here, I have a man who looks very calm. This is people that we may have a little trouble bustling through. I do see his familiar blue and white colors there. And Lucian Lauren is in a brave red coat, having nothing to do with the colors, and now putting on his blinkers.
He's putting semi-cups on, too.
Frank, as soon as he finishes the important part here, perhaps you can engage Lucian for a moment or so. He looks a picture, doesn't he? Isn't his conformation almost perfect?
He's a very handsome horse. Very handsome horse.
What is his single flaw?
I suppose that slope in his rump there, that goose rump defect from the point of his croup. But it's being very picayunish to pick on such a magnificent-looking animal, buddy. Lucian, congratulations the way he looks.
Thank you very much. Wonderful. I think it's better than the inside even.
And there's nowhere for a horse to get hurt. There's no constricting steel or wood. I like it a lot, and I know you do.
I do. I think it's a wonderful thing. It's, like I said, it's nice and quiet, and you got much more room out here, so I think they settle down a little more, you know.
The best of luck to you there.
Thank you very much.
Come here, Ma.
And the big horse, number 3, Secretariat, in the very identifiable blue and white blocks of Meadows Stable. Ron Turcotte, the very distinctive 3 white stockings. And our native horse is moving back up here now, breaking into a canter as they'll begin warming up. Looking down at that beautiful Secretariat, whose conformation is said to be almost perfect. Seems to be moving very well.
Secretariat, big flashy chestnut in the sun. Ron Turcotte has settled him down to a walk. He'll turn him around momentarily with both of their lead ponies keeping him from getting out of hand. Here, right beside me, number 4, our native.
Which should be in just a moment. He likes to lean against the back of the gate, which makes him start slowly, and they'll be careful with him. And now, as Secretariat goes in, he doesn't even want to go in the gate, let alone not lean against the back of it. With 3 horses in, I'm going to give this to Chick Anderson, who called the race for you.
Our native now into the gate. We're waiting for Torsion. He's in and now moving into the starting gate. We're about ready to go as a colletage will complete the field on the outside. They're all in. They all seem to be standing well. Sham straightens up a little. Secretariat bobs his head. We're still looking, and they're off for the early lead. That's Deadly Dream on the outside, a colletage. Then it's also Torsion on the outside. They're coming by us. It's a colletage getting it, and he's still moving away by about 2.5 as they pass the stands. Settling into second, Torsion. Sham has good position, third on the rail. It's another 3 lengths back, Deadly Dream. Then our native and Secretariat is last again as they move into the first turn. They're into the turn. A colletage has it by 2 lengths. Torsion second by a length, and then Sham third. Sham under an easy hold right now. But here comes Secretariat. He's moving fast, and he's going to the outside. He's going for the lead, and it's right now he's looking for it. Ronnie Turcotte sends him alongside a colletage.
Here we have it. Écolitage is the leader, but Secretariat is right alongside. Then still further back, that is Sham now going to the outside in third. We're moving down the backstretch. Secretariat holding it by a length and a half. Here comes Sham second on the outside now. Now it's Secretariat the leader by a length and a half with Sham moving into second. And it looks like Écolitage has had it, dropping back in third. Coming on in fourth is our native, and he's pretty close. Torsion fifth, and a trailer way back is Deadly Dream. They're on the turn. Here's the race, folks. Secretariat trying to hold it, and Sham is driving to get him. These two are beginning to open a few lengths as our native settles into third, and he has about 3 lengths on Écolitage. Head of the stretch, Secretariat, 2.5. Sham under a strong left-handed whip, and he's making his run now, but it's still Secretariat holding on. Secretariat by 2 lengths. Sham driving second. There's a strong left-handed whip again by Tinkai. He goes to it time and time again, but Ronnie Turcotte has his whip put away, and Secretariat has him put away. He's beginning to draw away. It is Secretariat. He's coming to the wire. He wins it by 2.5, almost 3. Sham an easy second. Our native third. Écolitage fourth. Deadly Dream fifth. And Torsion is sixth. And it was a powerhouse race again by the big, strong Secretariat, who made a very, very swift move on the backstretch. Took the lead surprisingly. Bikes make it 2.5. Sham was also very easily second. Here's the time of the race, 1:55, and that is not a new track record. It's 1 second away from Canyoneros.
It was an honest race from there on.
Then it became a question of had he enough to hold off Sham, and we know the answer to that now.
He did it handily. What a brilliant effort. And Sham had no excuse, put on a game effort that he doesn't have to be ashamed of, and I don't think he can beat this fella for a while.
Secretariat, winner of the Derby and now winner of the Preakness. Ron Turcotte, who won here on Tom Rolfe, and of course a disappointment last year on Riva Ridge in the rain, now has vindicated that at least. And we'll be talking, he'll tell us all about it here in a few moments, why he made the move and how the horse was. Of course, we know the answers to that already. The horse was great.
I think another factor in Turcotte's strategy, and he may verify it when we get to talk to him, he didn't want to be in a position of losing ground on a turn. And with the slow pace, the lead and the rails suited him to avoid that.
What's he going to... Oh, excuse me.
Jake!
You're kidding. Jake.
guys get...
That's a fantastic spot for being right. Yeah.
From Belmont Park in New York, CBS Television Sports presents the 105th running of the Belmont Stakes, third jewel of the Triple Crown of Racing.
Sure, Lucian Lauren felt that he'd be a little better facing the paddock crowd than facing this crowd out here, and you can't tell until you try to react to a horse.
Well, now, as a celebrity, I think he just likes to look out and see his crowd.
You'll notice, Woody, as they're putting this saddle on, these riders would normally be able to do, as they say in track parlance, about 114 pounds. Today, they get to enjoy a luxury. To do 126, they can use the largest saddle they have, and some Pony Express-like pouches that have to be put underneath the saddle cloth, as you know, to make up the extra weight and give them all the 126 pounds they have to carry.
Here he comes. Now they make the turn, and we'll soon be hearing a traditional Belmont song, which is, of course, the Sidewalks of New York.
Left and right as he comes toward it, showing that kind of power bursting through the body that you see. And again, he's getting the applause, the kind of thing you would normally hear for a matinee idol. He is a matinee, and this is a great matinee with a great crowd. He's just lightly broken out along the shoulders. They're now waiting at back of the gate, waiting for the men to come and take them. A different person has been assigned to each horse. Frank Calvaries, a veteran starter, will take Secretariat into the gate when he is ready, but they're circling around in back of me now with their stable ponies, and we see Secretariat just back. Now here come the group of starters, one for each horse and two extras in case of difficulty. And you will see Secretariat being led. His number is 2, but he goes into the number 1 post. And then coming in after him is Private Smiles, with the distinguished Whitney colors. Most of these are quiet horses. The starters have handled almost all of them. They don't anticipate any trouble. And as this third horse goes in, I give it up to Chick Anderson, who called the race for you.
Thanks, Woody. The horse is continuing to move into the gate. Here's the one horse that caused a bit of trouble in the Derby. Twice a Prince, but he appears to be going in fine today. Yes, he's in and well. And Sham now going in. He's the outside horse, and we're ready to go for this tremendous Belmont Stakes. Everybody's in line, and they're off. Looks like the early lead goes to My Gallant. Yes, My Gallant going for the lead with Twice the Prince on the outside. Secretariat away very well, has good position on the rail, and in fact is now going up with the leader. They're moving for the first turn. It is Secretariat. Sham on the outside is also moving along strongly, and now it's Sham. Sham and Secretariat are right together into the first turn. My Gallant has third behind them. Then it's Twice the Prince, and the trailer is Private Smiles as they go by the turn. Those two together, Sham on the outside. Sham getting ahead in front as they move around the turn with Secretariat second. Then there's a large gap. Make it 8 lengths back to My Gallant in third and Twice the Prince fourth. And Private Smiles is still the trailer.
They're on the backstretch. It's almost a match race now. Secretariat's on the inside, by ahead. Sham is on the outside. They've opened 10 lengths on My Gallant, who is third by ahead, with Twice a Prince fourth. Then it's another 8 lengths back to Private Smiles, who is trailing the field. They continue down the backstretch, and that's Secretariat now taking the lead. He's got it by about a length and a half. Still Sham, 10 lengths back. My Gallant, Twice a Prince. They're moving on the turn now. For the turn at Secretariat. It looks like he's opening. The lead is increasing. Make it 3.5. He's moving into the turn. Secretariat holding on to a large lead. Sham is second, and then it's a long way back to My Gallant and Twice a Prince. They're on the turn. Secretariat is blazing along. The first 3/4 of a mile in 1:09 4/5. Secretariat is widening now. He is moving like a tremendous machine. Secretariat by 12. Secretariat by 14 lengths on the turn. Sham is dropping back. It looks like they'll catch him today, as My Gallant and Twice a Prince are both coming up to him now. But Secretariat is all alone. He's out there almost a 1/16 of a mile away from the rest of the horses. Secretariat is in a position that is impossible to catch. He's into the stretch. Secretariat leads his field by 18 lengths. And now Twice a Prince has taken second, and My Gallant has moved back to third. They're in the stretch. Secretariat has opened a 22-length lead. He is going to be the Triple Crown winner. Here comes Secretariat to the wire. An unbelievable, an amazing performance. He hits the finish 25 lengths in front. It's going to be Twice a Prince second, My Gallant third, Private Smiles fourth, and Sham, who had it today, dropped back to fifth. An amazing, unbelievable performance by this miracle horse. And look at Mrs. Sweetie. She's having the time of her life. She and Lucian Lauren, who accomplished the unbelievable task of breaking the 1.5-mile record by 2 3/5 seconds. That is a record that may stand forever. The time of this race, 2:24. Almost unbelievable. At the head of the stretch, Secretariat had already destroyed this field. As you can see, he was almost a 1/16 of a length, rather a 1/16 of a mile in front. And as he went through the stretch, Ron Turcotte, who never did anything but hand ride, never used the whip, made it almost embarrassing for the rest of the horses. I suppose you can't really be embarrassed by being beaten by the greatest horse in the past century. At the wire, Secretariat, all alone. And then it's such a problem, an unbelievable 2:24, 2 3/5 seconds, the record.
Unbelievable is all you're hearing down here, the winner's circle. And this horse, we haven't been able to digest it yet ourselves, Frank, right, have we?
Mount Fleet, Man of War, and compare him to all the great ones, and he certainly deserves it, Jack. What an incredible effort. Demolished that field, and absolutely demolished them.
No contest. Listen to the crowd. Listen.
A gallant wave of the hat by Turcotte, and he certainly should be proud of what he and his horse did today, Jack.
My goodness, never in my dreams did I think it would be a race of that kind. And all our talk about the last 1/4 of a mile.
Oh, every quarter was brilliant today.
Woody Broon, are you somewhere in this cacophony of noise? Where are you?
comes spinning out of the turn. Secretariat now by 5 lengths. My Gallant second, Our Native third. They're coming to the 8th hole. Secretariat by 5 lengths. They pass the 8th hole of the mile, 135. Secretariat all by himself. America's super horse, Ron Turcotte up, 50 yards to come. Secretariat by 7. Secretariat 8 lengths. And My Gallant, Our Native is third.
He's in, and they're all in, and they're all standing. The Secretariat bangs open the starting gate. Now, he made a premature break there. He decided to go, and he knocked the gate open. Everything's all right, and they're off for the lead. On the inside, West Coast Scout. Going for it is Rule by Reason. On the outside, it's Onion. Those three, then Secretariat, then True Night. They're going into the first turn that way with Onion on the outside getting the lead by about 2 lengths. On the rail, West Coast Scout. On the outside, Rule by Reason. Their heads apart, second and third. Secretariat tucked into fourth behind them, about 1.5 lengths back. Then it's another 1.5 lengths, about 2 lengths to True Night as he trails the field. They're going on to the back stretch now. Onion by 1.5 lengths. That is West Coast Scout second by a head. Here comes Secretariat. He is making a move. He's moving up between horses, and he might lack some room in there. They're moving down the back stretch. Onion. Secretariat takes the rail. On the outside, he has West Coast Scout. They're right together, and apparently Ron Turcotte has decided to go up the rail and to challenge Onion on the rail. They're going down the backstretch that way. Onion the leader, and Secretariat second by just a head. West Coast Scout on the outside in third. It's another 2.5, maybe 3 back to Rule by Reason, and True Night is still trailing. He's about 8 lengths back. Onion on the outside, the leader. Now Secretariat is on the rail, and he's moving up alongside of him. Those two are right together as they're moving on the turn. Still Onion, though, holding a head lead. Secretariat in second. West Coast Scout switches to the outside. Rule by Reason is still third. Then beginning to move up now. True Night is really in a good drive. They're coming to the head of the stretch. It is Secretariat on the rail and Onion on the outside. Secretariat has a head in front. Onion is on the outside. Coming on now is True Night. On the outside, West Coast Scout is all through. It's still very close. Onion has Secretariat on the rail. They're very tight quarters. It's Onion holding on as they come to the wire. Secretariat is not going to get him. It's going to be Onion. He's holding it as they hit the finish. It's Onion winning it by about a length. Secretariat second by a half a length. Rule by Reason third. True Night in fourth. And finishing last was West Coast Scout. And that's the way it was. A real surprise as Onion went to the lead and held it all the way. Here we are in the stretch, and Secretariat is alongside Onion. But Onion is holding on well. As Frank Wright told you earlier in the day, there was a strong possibility that the rail was deeper and maybe more tiring. Onion holding on by about a half length here as they near the finish line, and Secretariat under a left-hand whip. Now it becomes apparent that he can't catch him. Onion, Jacinto Vasquez, a good, strong hand ride. He's really letting him run. This horse coming off a sprint, a very fast sprint, a record-breaking sprint, held his feet all the way today. Secretariat, now they're coming to the wire, and you can see on the outside closing ground well is Rule by Reason, but he can't get up. Onion about a length at the finish. Secretariat second, and Rule by Reason third, and the time of the race is 1:49 1/5, and that is well off the track record.
Triple Crown winner Secretariat appears to be in prime condition for this weekend's $250,000 Marlboro Cup Stakes race at Belmont Park. The 3-year-old thoroughbred, racing in the blue and white silks of Meadow Stable, went 5/8 of a mile in 57 seconds. It was 1/5 of a second faster than the final drill by Riva Ridge yesterday, and trainer Lucian Lauren was ecstatic over the performance.
Oh, I thought his workout this morning was out of this world. I think he went very, very well.
Do you think he's ready now for Saturday's big race?
I would have to say yes. The way he worked this morning, he acted like he's at himself, you know, like he was working this spring when he was winning all them races, you know. He was working real good, and that's exactly what he did, and I think he's over all his trouble, and I think he's going to run a pretty good race Saturday.
Who do you expect the most competition from Saturday?
All of them.
Both colts are entered as an entry in Saturday's race, and Mrs. Helen Tweedy, the owner of both horses, says she lost the bet to trainer Lauren, the kind of a bet any horse owner is willing to lose. Triple Sec can become a millionaire by winning the Marlboro Cup. A storybook ending for the first horse in 25 years to win the Triple Crown.
And they're off. On the outside, that's Kennedy Road going for the early lead. Annihilate him is second, with Riva Ridge out in the middle of the track, moving up now to challenge. That's Riva Ridge on the outside. And along the inside, there goes Onion now moving to contention. Onion on the rail, Riva Ridge on the outside, those two heads apart. Kennedy Road is now third by a length and a half. Annihilate him is fourth, a length and a quarter. Secretariat now fifth on the outside. Gap of 5 lengths, Key to the Mint is next. 6 lengths farther back, it's Cougar. They continue down the back stretch, Onion in front by a length. With Riva Ridge on the outside, second, 3 parts of a length. Annihilate him on the rail is third. Kennedy Road fourth. Secretariat on the outside fifth. Those 5 are tightly bunched as they move past the 5/8 pole. It's 6 lengths farther back to Key to the Mint, and another 6 to Cougar. Around the far turn now, there goes Riva Ridge up on the outside to challenge Onion. Riva Ridge gets the lead by a head. Onion on the rail drops back second. Here comes Secretariat joining the leaders. Riva Ridge has the lead by a head. Onion on the rail is second. Secretariat on the outside charges up third. Annihilate him is fourth along the rail. Kennedy Road is fifth. As the field comes to the top of the stretch, the entry now running 1-2 from the Meadow Stable. It's Riva Ridge on the rail in front by a head. Secretariat on the outside challenging. There's a quarter of a mile to the finish. Secretariat on the outside. And Riva Ridge on the rail. 3/16 of a mile to the finish. On the outside, Turcotte takes Secretariat up now, taking the lead by a length. Riva Ridge is second. The rest of them far back as they come into the final 16th of a mile. On the outside, it's Secretariat. Secretariat in front by 2. Riva Ridge second and Cougar. Secretariat in front. And they're off. That's Amen on the inside with Prove Out ranging up alongside the challenge for the early lead. Summer Guest is now third, and on the outside, that's Secretariat fourth. A gap of a length and 3/4, and Cougar is fifth as they head to the clubhouse turn. Prove Out in front by 3 parts of a length. That's Secretariat on the outside taking over second position. Amen is now third, skimming the rail by 3 parts of a length. Summer Guest fourth on the outside, and Cougar is fifth as they round the clubhouse turn and move to the backstretch. Prove Out in front by 1 length now. Secretariat on the outside is second by 2.5 lengths. Amen races third ahead. Summer Guest inching up on the outside, now fourth. And a length and a half farther back, Cougar is fifth. They move on to the backstretch with Prove Out maintaining the lead now by half length. On the outside, that's Secretariat now up to challenge. There goes Secretariat on the outside getting the lead. Secretariat in front now by a length and a half. Prove Out drops back second, a gap of 4 lengths. Cougar now takes over third position toward the inside. Amen is fourth between horses, and on the outside, Summer Guest fifth. Down the backstretch, Secretariat holding on to the lead now by a length and 3/4. Prove Out is second as Cougar moves up on the outside, now a closer third. Amen is fourth and Summer Guest. The 5 really tightly bunched as they move around the far turn. Secretariat in front by a length and 3/4. And Prove Out on the inside is now second by 3 parts of a length. Cougar on the outside third, followed by Amen. Summer Guest dropping back fifth. As they move to the 3/8 pole, it's Secretariat in front, holding on to the lead by 2 lengths. On the inside, Prove Out second ahead. Amen moves up, now taking over the third spot. Cougar along the rail is fourth by 5, and Summer Guest, now there's a quarter of a mile to the finish. And on the outside, it's Secretariat in front by a head. Here comes Prove Out, back into contention on the rail. Now those two are heads apart. Secretariat on the outside, Prove Out gets the lead. Prove Out in front by 1 length. Jorge Velasquez taking the lead with Prove Out. Secretariat drops back. It's Prove Out in front, a 16th of a mile. Prove Out in front, Secretariat second.
They're off. Top of the day, first to show in front as Kennedy Road now comes away quickly on the outside to take the lead. And that is Secretariat now rushing up on the extreme outside to go into contention. As they swing into the far turn, Kennedy Road has the lead by a length and a half. Secretariat is second with Presidio coming on third. Babe Count is fourth along the inside. Tico's Donna is fifth. Twice Lucky sixth. Fun Coquet is seventh. And now they're midway of the turn as Kennedy Road leads by about 2.5 lengths with Secretariat running along second, a gap of 7 or 8 lengths with Presidio third. Babe Count is fourth. Twice Lucky is fifth. Triangler is on the outside and coming into the stretch for the first time. They're getting set to cross over. They cross over the main track, and it is Kennedy Road on top, and here comes Secretariat on the outside.
And now let's hear from Ron Turcotte and Eddie Arcaro.
Well, that horse in the lead looks quite ranked there and going fast enough, but Eddie's the other one well in hand, and Secretariat well in hand and relaxed.
Ron, Secretariat doesn't look like a very hard horse to rate, is he?
No, he's very easy. You just sit there with the light hold off him, and he relax and race himself good.
It is Kennedy Road on top by a length and a half. Secretariat is second on the outside. Twice Lucky is now third with Presidio fourth. Triangular coming on fifth on the outside. Babe Count is sixth. Tico's Donna is seventh.
And now again, two great jockeys to comment. Ron and Eddie.
Well, Ron, this horse looks like he's got
Oh,
dead
Eddie, looked like he's coming out and brushing him, but he's all right now.
Yeah, he's in no trouble. It doesn't look like Ron. He's running like a champion should run.
Yep. Now he's pulling away from him now. That's good. That'd probably knock him off stride for a jump or so.
There he goes. There he goes. Secretariat on the outside. Heading around the turn. Secretariat has the lead. Kennedy Road is second. Twice Lucky is third. Presidio is fourth. It is all Secretariat. Get set. He's coming for home. He's coming to the head of the stretch, and he now in front by about 6 lengths with Kennedy Road second. The crowd is standing, and they're cheering because this is his last race. He's in the stretch in a blaze of glory. Secretariat, ladies and gentlemen, he's all yours, and he's coming to the wire. He's on top now by about 10 or 12 lengths. Secretariat has it, and it's going to be a race for the second money between Big Spruce and Golden Dawn. Secretariat wins it by 6. Golden Dawn, rather Big Spruce was second. Golden Dawn was third. Presidio was fourth. Top of the day, fifth. Babe Count was sixth. Triangular seventh. Twice Lucky was eighth. Then back to Kennedy Road, Tico's Donna, Roundhouse, and Fun Coquet. Alone in his paddock in the massive Claiborne Farm estate, Triple Crown winner Secretariat loses some of that awesomeness displayed in the stretch drives during the Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont. Gone are the blue and white satins, jockey Ron Turcotte, and thousands of screaming horse fans. He was retired at the age of 3, and in the words of one writer, with a smile on his face. 2 months ago, the impressive chestnut was brought to Claiborne Farm in Kentucky to begin a new career. It will be here, on the world's largest thoroughbred horse breeding farm with more than 4,000 acres of gently rolling hillside, that Secretariat's future and value will lie. In stud, $6 million plus syndicate, each paying $190,000 a share, have been asked to extend the New Year's Day fertility test deadline. Claiborne Farm owner and syndicate organizer Seth Hancock echoes the same words of Taylor. Secretariat just needs a little more time.
Was mated with 1973 Triple Crown winner Secretariat. Winner Secretariat.